Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of How to Feed the Beast in Minecraft. So far we've taken a bit of a look at the Forestry mod, but today we are going to switch our focus over to Industrial Craft 2. The first thing we need to think about is power. All of the forestry equipment we've been using so far uses Buildcraft power, so they run off engines. However, the Industrial Craft 2 stuff won't work, so we need Industrial Craft power. Now, there is a way to convert Buildcraft and Industrial Craft power back and forwards, but that's a little more complicated than it was in the techie days. We'll cover that in another video. So, what we're going to start with is this. This is a simple generator. It will burn most solid fuels such as charcoal, coal and wood, and we can use that as a cheap and simple way to create some power. Now, for some reason, while I was setting up to record this next segment, a pig fell out of a tree in front of me and scared the life out of me. Anyway, moving on from that, we're also going to need this little contraption here. This is a BatBox, and this will allow us to store the power that we're creating, and we don't have to use it all straight away. Don't confuse this with a battery box, which is part of the Red Power mod. This is an Industrial Craft BatBox. So I'm going to show you how to build these and how we use them. We're also going to need some cabling, preferably copper cable, and we're going to need a wrench, but I'm going to show you how we'll build that as well. So let's pop on over to the workshop. Well, welcome back to my all-familiar workshop. Let's pop on over to the chest and we can see our ingredients list here. So on the left-hand side, we have the ingredients to make the generator. You're going to need 8 refined iron, and refined iron is made by placing iron ingots back in the furnace and firing them for a second time. 8 cobblestone, 4 tin ingots, 3 copper ingots, 2 redstone, and you're also going to need 6 rubber. Now, the best way to get rubber is from rubber trees with a tree tap, and you will get sticky residue, and then you just put that in the furnace and that will create rubber. So that will make our generator. On the right hand side here, 5 wooden planks, 12 copper ingots and 24 rubber is the ingredients you need to make the BatBox. But one thing you're also going to need are 6 bronze ingots, and the reason you need those is we need to build a wrench. Now, I don't normally show you how to make all the individual things, but there are several different types of wrench in Feed the Beast, so I'm going to show you the one you need. 6 bronze ingots, and you need to make a shape of like a slingshot, a large Y, and that will give you a wrench that looks like this, and that is a pretty important tool for what we're about to use. So we've got our generator and we've got our BatBox, and it's time to put them down. Now, I've got all of my sort of forestry and Buildcraft things running along this back wall because the power goes under there. So let's put the Industrial Craft stuff along this empty wall here. So not quite in the corner, but that seems like a good place to pop down the furnace. Now, the reason that we've actually made the wrench here is that what you want to be able to do is sometimes move these blocks around. If you try and destroy them with a normal pick, often it will destroy them, or you'll just be left with a machine block. That's particularly true for things like the BatBox. However, sometimes using the wrench can still destroy them, so you do have to be careful. But we'll place the generator down there, and then we'll get our BatBox, and just before I place it down, I'm just going to pop it in the middle of the room. Now, it will vary depending on the texture pack that you're using, but as you can see on here, one side is a different colour to the others. We've got this green side here on the front, and all of the other sides, including the underside, which you can't currently see, are a different colour. Now, BatBoxes have 5 inputs and 1 output, so you can have many different generators or solar panels or wind farms inputting power through the 5 sides that are the same, and then you have 1 cable coming out of the odd side, and that's where all your machines connect to. Now, whenever you put a battery box down, the output side always faces towards you when you put it down, but you might want to turn this around. So using the wrench, if you left click on one of the other sides, right click on one of the other sides, then it will change that side to the output. If you right click on the side that already is the output, it destroys the BatBox and gives it back to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it here next to the generator. I'm going to leave a 1 block space in between, and I'm going to use the wrench to turn it around so that the output is on this side, because this is where the machines are going to be. Now, you can put them directly next to each other, but what I'm going to do is connect them with copper cables, and then I can also use copper cables to go out to the machinery. Couple of things that you need to note with the BatBox. First of all, the BatBox is a low voltage machine, so it outputs 32 energy units per tick. So you can safely run pretty much any low voltage machinery off it without an issue. With copper cables, they do actually lose a lot of power over distance. If you go more than 5 blocks with copper cables, you'll start to lose a lot of power. So it might be worth, as soon as you have enough diamonds to be able to do it, start replacing copper cables with glass fibre cables. They are a lot more expensive, but they don't really lose any power and they'll carry high voltage. So when we start upgrading the power in the machinery later, at least we'll already have the cables in place. So what I'm going to do here, pop some coal in the generator, and as you can see, the generator should start burning the coal, which it is, and that will generate power. Now, the generator does have its own small built-in battery, but as you can see, that's not actually going up because all of the power is going straight into the BatBox. And the BatBox will hold 40,000 energy units. Now, if we click on the BatBox, you'll see in this top right-hand corner, we have redstone options. Now, this can be useful. By default, it does nothing. But if we left-click this, you'll see down on the bottom left here, it changes the behaviour. So, this first one, emit if full. When the battery box reaches full, it will emit a redstone signal. You can use this to turn a light on and off, turn a machine on and off. You could even use it to turn your generators on and off to stop producing power. As we cycle through, emit if partially filled and emit if empty, so we can have it shut something off or turn something on when the BatBox reaches 0 power. We can stop it from outputting energy completely, so without having to break wires, we can actually just turn the BatBox off. We can stop it from outputting energy unless it's completely full, and then cycle back round to nothing. So these things are useful if you want to automate processes of turning BatBoxes on and off. So there you have it. We now have a way of generating industrial craft power, we have a way of storing it, and we have a way of moving it around. And in the next video, we'll start to build some machines, and then eventually we'll upgrade our power to something a little more sustainable like solar, and we will upgrade our BatBoxes to something a little bit bigger that can hold more power and output at a high voltage. So once again guys, thank you for watching. I hope this video has been useful and entertaining for you. I appreciate what we've covered in this video has been a little bit basic, but we do have to start somewhere, and we'll be building up from this over future episodes and getting some more complex machinery. So once again, if you have enjoyed, as always, please like, subscribe and share, and I will see you next time.